over to Discord too.
Hopefully it's not a. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not broadcasting. I don't think it is. I don't know how this fucking software works.
Looks like we are live, so.
Yay. I love being.
Listen, I had to.
No, it's correct. It's just funny.
Hold on, let me hop into the Discord. Now here's the fun test. If I start talking, will it be picked up on the stream? Yes, it will.
Oh, interesting. I never knew that.
I think it's because I'm assuming your I'm assuming it's because your audio output is set on default.
Probably.
Is my assumption. So it will pick up everything. It'll pick up everything on the desktop, including me.
I should figure out how to turn that off one of these days. How do I do that? I don't know.
One of these days.
One of these days. Oh well, here, a peek behind the scenes. All of people on the broadcast later, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're being picked up too.
You know what? That's good because I was want to make sure if they want to.
Very bad if it was
just as long as we're both coming through.
That we're both coming through.
As long as we're both, both of us can be heard and they can watch the game.
Weird one-sided conversation with just me.
That would be entertainingly surreal, but not necessarily good. That's good.
It's not very indicative of what we're trying to do.
That's good. That actually reminds me. I keep meaning to set up some kind of like royalty-free background music for this segment, which I never do because I only ever think about the stream when I'm streaming, and I'm not worrying about setting it up because I'm streaming.
I mean, that's fair. It's 100% fair. Because, like, I only really, like, work on changes and touch-ups to... I'm hearing voices in my head.
Oh, dear.
Spooky voices, Joey.
That's not good. You should see a doctor about that.
Whoops. Spooky voices. Me no man. Gotta make sure I retweet. There we go. I did the retweets on my end. Huzzah. Welcome on into Insanity. Insanity, the anime. Oh, random question. Are you set up to do the the channel point alerts, like the noise alerts?
The what?
I'm gonna say no.
I don't understand how any of this works. I turned the game on and play for a few hours and turned it off again.
You know the channel points that
yes, they make noise?
You can do that. There's a system you can do that with.
I never knew that.
So for people who have channel points to use, don't use them because Amon hasn't set that up yet.
I mean, I get the little notification. I didn't know they did anything else. It's usually just Andrew telling me to either give an anime hot take or drink some water.
So there's there are some websites that you can do like sound alerts and stuff as channel point redemptions.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you set it up is as a browser source on your screen.
Right.
So.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we have a few channel point redemptions, including the WoW from Fairy Tail, because of course.
Of course.
That's Rough Buddy from Avatar.
Because of course.
Emotional damage.
I'm sorry, what?
Goose honk. Have you never seen that video? That viral? Okay, all right.
Look, all my memes are Steely Dan based. This is common knowledge at this point.
You're just like, Steph, we've discussed this.
We've been over those.
There's one. Of Squidward going, "Oh no, he's hot."
Oh, that one I've seen.
There's a Notice Me Senpai. There's the FBI open up. There's the SpongeBob and Patrick one. Is like, well, what do we do now? Patrick's like, well, let's leave. And then, of course, because I have to, I did the Golden Wind JoJo's theme as one.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just have to add it as a browser source.
I see.
That's all you would need to do.
I'll try and remember to do that.
Worst case, just let me know and I'll send it to you.
Fair.
Because I made an account on Blip, I think it is where I got the sounds to do the alerts and shit.
Gotcha.
And I can give you the link for it so you can get it into the your browser source thing.
Maybe I can approach looking like a professional stream that adults do, instead of whatever Mickey Mouse operation I got going here. With my
we try
with my ripped off city pop aesthetic and bright colors.
Listen, I love how like all of us who tend to stream individually like have our own unique way of doing this.
It's more fun than just having the blank screen. Also gives me a place to put the chat on screen that isn't just covering the actual game, which is less fun.
I know, it's great. I didn't even realize you switched to the actual screen.
Oh yeah, no, the 5 minutes are up. Hello, people.
Hi.
Welcome to Steph and Amon Play Higurashi Part 2, 18 months in the making.
18 months later.
The last time we played this, it was Jill.
Are you fucking kidding me right away?
He's always like this. I guess you don't know what it's like having him in the audience, do you?
Only sometimes, because God, when Andrew used to work on Sundays and I would be streaming in the afternoon, he'll pop in during lunch breaks and shit. But it's been a hot minute since he's done this, so god damn it. I guess we have to do a hot take.
Anime hot takes.
I'm awful at these.
Buddy Daddies is really fun. You should watch it.
That's not much of a hot take. 2 for the first one. Fuck
hot takes are ultimately about relevancy, not. Look, all my spicy hot takes are like anime weebs are annoying, and I like who wants to hear me complain about that again?
Andrew, that's weak and you know it.
People should let the new Trigun anime develop at its own pace and stop incessantly comparing it to the old one, which is especially weird given that all of the major Nightow adaptations bear very little resemblance to their own source material. I don't know where you're coming at from this.
Ooh,
like the man, I'm half convinced the man. Whenever these happen, the man goes to them. It's like, look, I really don't give a crap if you like follow what I'm doing. Just have fun. Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I guess the juicy and valid one. I guess it's my turn. I'll go on the similar vein of Trigun Stampede. The dub should have either gotten more cast members back or just fully gone original with its dub cast.
I think
I get the appeal of having Johnny back as Vash, absolutely, but it's either you get all of them or as many more as you can, or you get none at all.
I can't wait to finding out that they approached Jeff Nimoy, but they wouldn't pay for his tickets again.
Oh, was that what happened with Badlands Rumble?
The thing I remember going around at the time is that he said they I think they approached him, but it was basically it's like we would like it was either he approached them about it. I think it might have been he approached them about it, and they basically like we would do it, but like you would have to pay for your own like flight and lodging, basically.
Oh my god.
So it was something. It was
so
something.
silly.
It was something. It was very much something. It's like, we'll work with you, but like, we don't want to have to put in that much effort. We don't care. There's a very cruel fact of the matter that at the end of the day, Johnny is the marquee name. Like, I was like, aside from Jeff Nimoy, who else can I, and the guy who played Legatos, who's dead now, I'm like, who can I actually name who's in there? And it's like, oh, Dorothy Fawn's in that, and it's like, oh, I completely forgotten about that. I couldn't name you a single other person who's in that dub. Except, like, I know Steve Bloom does some of the funny voices, but, like, that doesn't count. He was in everything around then.
Yeah. See, my thought with the Stampede dub, what I would have thought would have been interesting, was... This is more in terms of, like, knives, who they could have gotten. Because Joshua Seth would have been an obvious choice, because he was young Knives in the original show. But considering he's kind of retired now, my next option... And my next thought process, and even though this is the incorrect role he played in the first show, would be Bryce Papenbrook.
That would be very funny. Not gonna lie.
He played Baby Vash in the original show.
Almost certainly his first acting credit being Itty Bitty Baby Vash.
Yes. That's why I thought it would have been great if they had gotten Bryce to do Knives. But I will take Austin Tyndall. I'm very curious to see how he does with it.
Yeah, this is at least one of these things where at least looking at the cast, it's like, all right, everyone here looks good.
No, the cast does look solid. I'm just like, either I would have loved to have seen more reprisals, whether it was the original show or the film. Or if they weren't going that route, which it sounded like they weren't going to, based on the fact that only originally Johnny was announced, like, do none at all, bro.
Let
it stand on its own.
I think we run into just the very obvious fact that, like, Johnny is probably on the short list of anime VAs who is popular outside of anime circles, and that makes him a lot more visible than a number of his peers, just kind of by default, which is... I guess it's just a weird thing of how things have developed. It's not like anyone's fault. It's just, there we are. Right. He's the Black Ranger. He's a bunch of other stuff. Much. Anyways, do we want to play the actual game that we were supposed to be playing?
But anyway, we've been trying to get back to this for 18 months. Boomer 90s fans wanted JYB back who have seen like 3 anime in their life.
Hey, buddy, I am a Boomer 90s fan. Nuts to you, child.
Anyway, so okay, the last time we played this was like so long ago. I don't even remember what we did. I don't remember the voices that I gave these characters.
We didn't even really try voices. I think just I voiced.
Didn't quite go well.
At first, it's hard to do. It's hard to do the Moi Moi Kyun voice. So.
Oh yeah, it's very difficult. But yes, you can say you're giving them a recast. I mean, fair. But yeah, so for the uninitiated, if you don't know about Higurashi, you're in for a wild fucking time. Because I'm more familiar with the anime series. I can't remember if you're just more familiar with the anime series too, or if you've played the visual novels before.
Playing this 2 summers ago was the most I had ever played of these games. I am broadly familiar with them, but I've basically just seen the first season of the anime, and that's it.
Yeah, so a lot of this is essentially like, oh, we've seen this in the anime before, but a good portion of it too is also going to be new territory, because I've only seen the first season of the original and then the newer Higurashi Go and Soutsu that came out last year or the year before. So I have not watched Kai or Rei, so I don't know what the hell we're gonna run into on those once we can get there. But yes. I think at least for this first chapter, it's more akin to the first season, if anything.
Seems like it. So, shall we?
Yes.
I hope.
Let's do it.
Oh right.
It's there. Good. Our save is there.
July 2021. It's
2021.
Been a hot fucking minute.
Oh boy, let's do this shit. I forgot there's all this tips and crap too.
Yes, we watched these last time. I'm gonna skip over them just because they will take like a few minutes each. And let's go.
Off we go.
Into horror and terror.
To the murder kids. Murder.
It took I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late.
I don't even remember which art style we filmed.
Oh, this is definitely the original. You can tell because it's just a regular ass photograph that's been put through Photoshop.
Yeah, that's right.
The other, let me see. Let me see settings. Toggle P. All right, hold on. Let's see. So here's one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the
here
console, and then the remake,
this is the,
and then the original.
and to top it off, that pesky mama mine pushing a return journey errand on me just as I left the house. I think I missed one by accident. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh look.
Oh wait, no, we were
no,
fine.
You're good.
All right. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Hinamazawa. There they are.
There it is. Beautiful art style, ladies
So-
and gentlemen.
So just to remind you, this is what the game originally looked like. This is I believe the console version, and this is I don't really know I don't know what remake is supposed to be specifically. I think this might be the sprites that come if you buy the actual base game on Steam and don't add all the mods that I've added, so something like that. Anyways, Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place.
Hey, John, you're late.
I just noticed this. I do like that she's like, apparently these black bars are supposed to be there because she's like hanging outside the screen over here on the. Let's see. So sorry. The show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that.
Keiji. So that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting? How dare he? Michan, you just got here yourself. Okay.
Just cackling. All right.
Last night's episode of A Day in the Life of was interesting, wasn't it?
Jackson, we don't look. There are enough terrifying Japanese women coming through screens these days. We don't need more of them. She was just as guilty as me. Reina was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. Not present. Let's see, is present the other ones? No.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
What is that? Crimson asks a valley of. That's an excellent question, Mion. Why do you have a gun?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Exactly. Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rena really did make a picnic.
Hey, John, after you left, Rena pulled out all the stops.
It's not like I forced her to do it.
Oh my god, those hands! I forgot! I forgot how bad those hands are! Oh no! I forgot how bad those are! Oh shit. It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay? Those hands of these meat sticks. Like, what is happening? I forgot!
Credit where credit's due, they are recognizably hands.
Yes, but still look like a great drum.
I've grown to like the art style just because I appreciate how, like, I have a vision.
Ridiculous it is.
I have a vision, damn it, and I'm not gonna let things like my dodgy drawing skills get in the way of it.
She's been like this since last night, you know. Can you take responsibility for this? That's Zoidberg, god damn it! God damn it, Jackson.
Fuck.
He's not wrong. And that's what makes me sad.
I know. Alright. I am a man after all. I'll take responsibility.
Huh? Responsibility? For what? For what?
As we both turned around slowly to look at Reina, our gaze drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. Jackson makes a good point. I've seen some pretty lousy AI art. They could never. They could never.
Those hot dog fingers. Oh, man.
It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be filled entirely with lunchboxes. Except this was Reina we were talking about here.
Yup. Rena just goes all out. About 2 kilos, I guess?
Dear Lord, woman.
How much? When Rena was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. Keiichi-kun is a boy, after all. Thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay?
To give you
5 kilos worth, apparently.
Yeah, to give you an idea, 2 kilos is about 5.5 pounds, and 5 kilos is about 11 pounds. So 11 pounds of lunch.
Congratulations to Jamie Lee Curtis on the Oscar nominations. Thought about hot dog fingers for some reason. Jesus. I still need to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You really should. It's a fine movie.
We own the Blu-ray. We do own the Blu-ray.
Well, no excuse there.
No, we bought it after Jet came to visit. Let's get going. Heave ho! Carry that lunchbox, Rena.
Just from the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunchboxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too.
I'll help out, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you if you make Rena sad, got it?
The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier.
Lug that lunch around, Keiichi. Let's go. Work them arm muscles.
Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. Let's see, what background did this get replaced with? Alright, it's nicer, but not that different. A carefree walk bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't have even imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies, after all. No
in the country, we're country bumpkins.
No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really...
I just go goofy laugh. What the fuck did I do that for? I think I meant to say a yuck, but I just went and did a yuck instead.
It happens.
God damn it.
Gotta go down to the corner store. Here's a new Bert and I album we can buy.
Gotta go to Bar Harbor, get for some clam chowder. Oh, park the car at Harvard Yard. There's Boston for you.
There you go. It really was a nice place. Peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around. Oh look, a wall.
Good day.
Good
day.
Good day, random villager.
That is a... Ma'am, that is a sensual sounding voice. The fuck? Good day. Oh, you would be my Barakun, I believe.
My two companions exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. All the passerbyers even knew my name.
Ah, small town living.
When did I become this famous? We passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a little bit paranoid.
Welcome to small town living, buddy. It's a bit sad to say. You live in a fucking hick town, buddy. Everyone knows everyone, since there are so few people here in Hinamizawa. Facts.
So that means... So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume it's that Maebara fellow who just moved here?
Yeah, that's how it works out.
It was a process of elimination you could only pull off in a place like this. But it was quite...
Again, welcome to small town living, ladies and gentlemen.
But it was quite effective. From now on, I better make sure to maintain a good reputation. The day I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore, I can expect all the villagers label me as lech by the next day. Does this town have a bookstore?
No,
Inquire...
the next town over does, though.
There we go. Hinamizawa is not to be trifled with.
Oh, Keiji, you have no fucking clue.
That's not the end of this nightmare.
Just the beginning. Of course I know them. The first person we met was old man Takizawa from the Makino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute. Those are some interesting hobbies. Next, we met the grocer's second son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future.
Oh dear.
And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are bird watching and photography.
There's no damn privacy in this town, is there? My. You know the names of everyone we passed by. And even their profiles?
Whoops.
Seeing my surprise, Mion and Reina exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah. Sorry.
You're good. We're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors.
Yeah, I don't know my neighbors because they're jerks. Thank you.
I don't know my neighbors because I'm shy and an introvert.
Exactly.
I don't want to know people. I don't fucking care.
Then let's try it out. You there. Who am I?
You're Keiji Maebara. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately, you switched over to wearing boxers. Okay, that's a little bit invasive, Mion. What the fuck?
Mion, how do you know that?
Mion. Didn't you? Mion! What the fuck?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mion. Boxers. Okay. Okay. Rena, no. Rena, no.
Enough of that. Apparently there's absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Hinamizawa was not a place to be trifled with. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around.
That's right. We're parading around like this after all. It'll get everyone a chance to see for themselves. That Kei-chan is fitting right here in Hinamizawa. The population in Hinamizawa is shrinking. So, the villagers welcome anybody who's new here.
I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of, "You're kidding me," but I held back.
God, I cannot get over Mion's boobs with her gun holster worn like a purse. Yeah, and the other two, she doesn't have the gun holster.
It's because it's made by cowards who have no vision. No ambition.
They don't understand art.
Absolutely.
The true art form is big boobs and gun holsters. Had
I ever greeted someone who just moved into the city like this before? What?
Anime.
Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke at all. We passed another person. Of course, we were called out to again the same way.
Oh my, good day. What the fuck? It's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady here is Fujishima-san. Good day. Maibara-kun, what the? How wonderful for you having a lovely girl in each arm.
Oh boy.
How are you? Getting used to life here? Oh, this is the town gossip, if anything. Holy shit.
Possibly, probably.
That tone of voice alone.
Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an emphatic nod. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was.
Good.
As I looked back over to Rena and Mion, they gave me a wink.
So, now then? About time to have lunch, maybe? Maybe? With your 5-kilo lunchbox?
Exactly. Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Mion and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man. I'll do what I can. But it's just too much.
Yep, Mion's boobs are just too much. It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man.
Mion had never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I'd expect no less from the class representative.
Oh yeah, Mion refers to herself as an old man sometimes. Rena, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view. Hot dog fingers! Yes. Good idea. Agree.
We say hot dog fingers, but they're really more like biscuit hands.
They're thick. A double C. They're double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
You've never heard of that before?
Apparently not, no.
Jesus Christ. I gotta teach you about the emotional damage meme too? Jesus.
Look, the most recent thing I laughed at was a tweet talking about how Jimmy Carter has admitted that he has classified documents in his heart. A joke that nobody under the age of 40 is going to understand except me. Like, my sense of humor is a lost cause, I assure you.
All of... Okay, I was about to say, Andrew, this is what her scrolling through TikToks for an hour every night sounds like. I get most of my shit from TikTok. I'm not kidding.
See, that's why I'm not on TikTok. I don't know what the TikTok memes are.
Oh, some of them are fun.
That's what I've been
told.
told.
My For You page currently either has some food videos, some funny things with animals, or shit about weddings, actually.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear is right.
Reina nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal.
Stairs. Oh, hello, temple.
Cresting the top of a stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling.
This here is the Furude Shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around. This place, be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, the Cotton Drifting Festival.
Isn't it a bit too early in the season for a festival?
I'm gonna call it by its English name. The Cotton Drifting Festival isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of the winter.
I was embarrassed for assuming that festivals had to be held during the summer. Are you? Who wants to have a festival in the winter? Even the end of winter, it's still cold out.
Well, it depends on where you are, I think.
Fine.
Now then, spread out the lunch boxes, and there.
Various colored lunchboxes were placed one after the other on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Reina's home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey, Mion, it'll take more than just a good view to get all this down, you know?
Yeah, no. Oh. Good afternoon.
Oh, look.
Jesus.
Oh, look, more mouths to eat. Well,
Oh, Satoko's fist, like, yeah.
That's the thing I remembered, is that if you can look at the other sprites, since she has red... Oh, this is the one. She looks vaguely demonic because of her red eyes. I don't know what's up with Rika-chan's design in this one, though. It makes her look the same age as everyone else.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was Rika-chan and Satoko. Why are they here? Plot convenes.
Why?
Mion grinned over at me. I see. This was her secret plan. The power in numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up when all the pieces are in place is my specialty.
Satoko is a child. Why does she have boobs? Rika's more convincing as a child. Satoko, what the fuck? I'm just looking at this now. We just had to come since there was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this?
Anime.
Thanks, Andrew.
Oh boy. Take a look. It's time for lunch. Buffet style. A handmade gourmet meal by Reina.
I can see that much. Why have you laid out a tarp on our property?
The temple is public ground. It's not yours.
Eiji is right. This is everyone's property.
Wow, Reika-chan is such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening up a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Satoko.
Hold on one second. Where is my spot?
No spot for you and nothing for you to eat.
Don't worry, there's some food for you too.
None! I'll eat all of hers!
I will not allow that. Rika! Here, chopsticks.
Both Satoko and I left at the boxes, having it out with each other.
Fight, 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 fight. Man, really? Kei-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this. Have a plate. One for Mi-chan and Rika-chan too.
Reina whipped out a pair of chopsticks and paper plates.
If we don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up.
I had an accursed thought.
Mm-hmm.
This art style really puts the blob in Moe Blob.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I can't wait for the art style to fucking change later. When we're not blobs anymore. That's right. Okay. Shall we commence this battle? It's food, Mion. Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone.
Reina said as she opened up a thermos. Just then I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating.
5 kilos, 5 people.
It didn't change how much there was, but the implications behind it were different.
Jesus! What the fuck? I will not allow you to have this hamburger!
Apparently this is just here in this...
Apparently this is the actual art style on it.
Heck, using your elbows against the rules, Satoko!
I make the rules, fuck you. Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules.
It was a tough battle. Blocking with her full momentum and an elbow in the opening moves, Satoko appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand.
I like that. The last meatball.
That's just a loan word, I see. Oh boy.
I like that. That's cute.
Satoko Hojo has been bested. Nom.
Nom nom. Meatball. Meatball.
Satoko and I ambly began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Reina blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Mion advised Reina...
Is Rena getting off on this pain and suffering right now? Oh,
I think she finds it very idealized and romantic or
boy.
something. Mion advised Reina to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. Or, you know, maybe not. This is how our meals usually go. I'd do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. Ah, you dumb bastard.
Famous last words, boys and girls.
What a nice shrine.
What a beautiful view.
The intense battle calmed, and finally everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos, I let out a small sigh. Ah. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes.
Isn't it because the idea of tough togetherness during a meal didn't begin until the modern era? It seems that long ago, people ate in silence. It must have made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? It's probably because the people back then were so busy eating that they didn't have the time to compliment the flavor.
That's just you.
Sounds accurate. But you know, just hearing that it's good makes me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean.
She blushed a little as she said that.
Aw, Rena. It was delicious.
With absolutely perfect timing, Rika-chan struck Reina directly with praise. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. Aw? After Reina uttered an unintelligible noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible poof.
Not making that noise.
Too anime girl.
Oh, here it goes. Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean.
And thus a meme was furthered.
Thank you. It was delicious.
Reina flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it.
To reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special.
2 apple rapples. 2 apple rabbits. After sticking
Apple rabbles.
Apple rabbles. 2 abbot rabble. Apple. 2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan.
Apple rabbles.
Apple rabble. Rabble.
Grumble, grumble.
After Rika-chan accepted, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. What is this, Satoko? What's with the defiant look?
Is everyone prepared for praise to receive apples from Rena-san? Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think up with your weak vocab? Well then, oh, Jesus, Satoko. Allow me to show you.
After Satoko flashed Mion and me a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly.
Hey. So, Rena's lunch? Satoko thought it was yummy too.
Satoko looked up at her poutily while talking cutesy. Oh boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, how is that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears. That's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it?
That's the point.
My man, remember who she is talking to. This is a Reina Limited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, or waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Reina! Maui blob noises. Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Reina glomped Satoko and began rubbing her cheek against her.
I love that glomp is used here. Oh no, that is so early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Cute. Satoko is just so cute. Take you home, Ugu. I'm just gonna. Every time it says home, I'm just gonna say Ugu instead now. Because I feel it's appropriate.
It is. Swish. Stab. Push. Satoko was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me again with her defiant gaze. Took only 5 seconds to take down Reina. That's unfair! You think she had such a trick?
If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena with some praise?
Damn it!
Do it, bitch.
That was a dirty trick.
Do it, bitch.
First of all, that wasn't even praise.
Keiichi has no balls.
Satoko. Oh.
Satoko. You think you've won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks?
That sounds great, Mion. What kind of trick is it?
Kei-chan is gonna be the one who does it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
What?
Why don't I have you show me then? The writhing of an old maid.
The plan of attack she suggested was wicked, but it was the only thing we had to beat Satoko. After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly.
Satoko's sitting there eating her rabbits.
Oh boy. Perfectly. It really is good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right?
No. Actually, most of it, almost all of it was frozen stuff.
Then which ones did you make fresh?
Well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say? Must I?
From the synergy of boy plus some handmade lunchbox, her expression had melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right?
Hoo-goo.
Reina turned an even deeper shade of red. The words, "I can't believe it," practically written on her face.
How can you tell? How? That I made it.
Of course, Mion had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be the finisher.
レナの
Whoa.
匂いがしたから。
It had
Oh, Jesus!
your smell.
Oh,
Ah!
God. Oh, no.
Ah, there we go. It's been solarized.
Oh, God.
Silence enveloped the area. Reina's face, still completely red, froze solid.
Oh, my God.
With a small yelp, Satoko also blushed. Of course, I did too.
レナの手作りのリンゴのウサギさんが食べたいよ
I sure would like to try one of Reina's handmade apple rabbits. Or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Satoko, I felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think.
Holy shit, Keiichi!
Oh boy, buddy.
That is devious but smooth. Holy shit.
Then, at that moment, whoosh!
She's gone.
There was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits. Do we get to see? No, we don't get to see the Tupperware container.
Damn it. Please eat some, Keiichi. There's plenty for you.
Hork! Instantly, dozens of the apples were shoved into my mouth, knocking me over.
Okay. Keiichi. My God, she's just got in orbit. Holy shit.
My head was forcefully laid up upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved into my mouth.
Oh my God.
While she was squealing, one apple after another was forced into my mouth. More and more apples.
Oh my God.
How about them apples, Satoko? Looks like we win.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Keiichi-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Satoko? This is our complete victory, isn't it? I can't believe it. Such trickery. It doesn't bother me at all.
Satoko ground her teeth, mortified. We did it. I claimed
Winner chicken dinner.
Absolutely. I claimed victory, or apple dinner in this case. Oh, aren't we clever? I claimed victory.
Oh, yes.
I gained victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me.
Oh God, he's suffocating on apples.
At that time, Reina stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something.
Rika-chan, you're not eating it? Did the salt water make it too strong? Maybe?
Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit, placed it into her cupped hand, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do.
Poor Mr. Rabbit. I feel sorry for him. I want to save him.
Whee!
What
was that? Oh, that was the sound of blood spurting from Reina's nose.
I was like, what the fuck happened?
It's to inure you to when it shows up again in a different context later.
Yeah. Cute! Tonight, I will take you home. Oh no.
She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then, coming back to her senses, she took all the apples around me, gathered them up with a whip, 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 and fixed them back onto a plate.
No, they're all just fine, Kay. Here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan, Kay? Kay? Oh my God.
Rika-chan raised up Toko's hand like a referee after having that plate of rabbit shoved to her. She whispered,
This is our victory.
Dang. Cold.
Damn, Rika. What? A comeback?
I just don't care anymore. Thus, my sacrifice ended up being in vain.
Whoops. Oh.
Either that was a lot shorter than the last one, or we dicked around a lot more last time.
No, that's true.
It was a fun-filled, crazy day. But as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Oh, you can tell it's later in the day because everything's slightly orange.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep. Later, Rena, Kei-chan. See you tomorrow.
Mio, 今日はありがとな。楽しかったぜ。
Thanks for today, Mion. I had a great time.
See you tomorrow.
Satoko and Rika-chan went home as well. We parted ways with Mion, and it ended up with just Reina and myself enjoying the evening air on our way home.
Oh, do I get to be creepy now?
Possibly.
Thanks for coming today, Keiichi-kun. Was it fun?
Yeah.
楽しかった。
Lots of fun.
まだ家に帰るのが惜しいくらいだぜ。
Almost feels like a waste to go home now.
Then, well... Would you mind taking a little detour? Maybe? Maybe?
寄り道?
A detour?
遠いのか?
Is it far?
It's a bit of a walk, but it won't take long.
Since we've been walking around all day, I must have seemed a bit tired. Not feeling like teasing Reina, I quietly nodded. Oh. Oh!
Here we go. Ah, yes.
Instruction. Traversing a small path and up a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what looked like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. A large heap of garbage spread out towards the swamp. That's garbage, all right.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Probably illegal dumping. I recalled it being in the newspaper.
It's been quite a while. I wonder what's here. I wonder what's here.
久しぶりって、レナのようは、あのゴミの山かよ。
When you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had here was with this garbage pile?
Oh, it's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of treasure.
Reina had already entered the well-known cute mode of hers. So that means there was something cute here?
Oh, a new pile. I can't wait. I can't wait.
She descended the unstable slope with ease. I'd expected no less from a born and bred country girl.
おい、待てよ。今行くから。あったたたた。
Hey, wait, I'm coming. Whoa! My city race self was completely pitiful.
Stay right there, Keiji. It won't take long.
Reina kindly declined my accompaniment.
転ぶなよ。
Don't fall!
足元に気をつけろよ。
Watch your step!
I'm fine. This is nothing at all. Wow, the writing. Is this nothing at all?
Literally bounding among the heaps of trash, Reina disappeared from sight. I didn't like being left behind, but I was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively rain around, the surrounding area quickly fell into silence. Except for the cry of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, the sudden noise of scattering pebbles alerted me to somebody's presence. Startled, I turned around. Standing there was a typical-looking photographer.
Yes, very typical-looking photographer.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, he's buff in the remake one.
Yeah, the remake one always has the sexiest designs, I've noticed. I don't think that's a coincidence.
God damn.
Standing there was a typical-looking photographer. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tanned and fit, but something about him seemed unreliable, and he had a bit of an aloof air about him. Well, it didn't seem like he was a bad guy in any case. Whoa! Oh, he surprised me. Although startled when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That was my line.
驚いたのはこっちですよ。
I'm the one who's surprised here.
ごめんごめん。
My bad, my bad.
驚かすつもりはなかったんだ。
I
君はひなみ沢の人かい？
I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hinamazawa? I gathered that he wasn't from that question. Unfazed by my suspicious gaze, he introduced himself without my prompting.
僕は富武。
I'm Tomitake,
フリーのカメラマンさ。
freelance photographer.
ひなみ沢にはたまに来るんだ。
I come to Hinamazawa from time to time. I didn't ask who you were.
写真ってのは被写体に断ってから撮るのが礼儀なんじゃないんすかね。
Quite rude to photograph someone without their consent, one would think.
ごめんごめん。
My bad, my bad.
メインは野鳥の撮影でね。
I mainly photograph wild birds.
断った試しがないんだよ。
They can't refuse, you see. That's not a creepy line at all.
Nope.
So what? You're saying I'm the same as the
いやい
birds?
や、夕闇に黄昏れる少年があまりにも絵になっていたんでね。
No, well, you see, that image of a young man in the twilight was just picturesque.
本人の許可を取らずにファインダーを覗いたことを謝るよ。
I apologize for trying to take your picture without asking. Adults are pretty slick. Although that annoyance I felt for being startled just flew away as he buttered me up. I had no intention of hanging around with this guy trying to get cozy with me, except it didn't seem like Reina would be back soon. But this older guy, Tomitake-san, he didn't mind my cautious responses and continued rambling on by himself.
Hey, G. Sorry to keep you waiting. Wow, I can read. I'm finished now.
Reina popped her head out from one of the lower piles of garbage and waved her hand.
連れがいたのかい？
You have someone with you?
彼女はあんなところで何をしているんだい？
What would she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know.
さあね。
Dunno.
昔起こった殺人事件の死体でも探してるんじゃないですか。
Maybe she's checking on that.
Here we go.
Maybe she's checking on that dismembered corpse that was out here long ago. Tomitake-san looked shaken up by that for a moment. Uh-oh, I responded like I would if I were talking with Reina and the others.
嫌な事件だったね。まだ見つかってないんだろ？
Oh.
It was quite a disturbing incident. I still haven't found one of the arms.
He's just nonchalant. Keiichi, sorry to keep you. You were waiting a while, I guess.
馬に蹴られる前に解散するかな。
I'd best leave you to lovebirds alone.
驚かせてすまなかったね、ケイイチ君。
Again, my apologies for startling you, Keiichi-kun. Tomitake-san chortled suggestively, then disappeared into the twilight. Missing my chance to retort put me off a bit.
Keiichi-kun, are you angry? Why, I wonder?
It wasn't Reina's fault, so I decided to just brush it off for now.
どうだった？
How was it?
掘り出し物は見つかったか？
Find a treasure trove?
Oh, yes. So listen. Hey, listen.
Oh, Christ.
You see, there was a Colonel Randy doll.
ランディ君人形？
A Colonel Randy doll?
ってあれか？ファーストフードの店の前に必ず置いてある。
Oh,
あ
that
の等身大人形の？
oh, that thing. Those statues I always have out in front of that fried chicken place. That life-size dummy?
Yes, Colonel Randy.
Similar to, but legally distinct from any other Kentucky Colonels. Oh, wait. That's funny. Oh. Oh, wait. Finish the line. I'll explain.
Okay. Oh, cute. I want to take it home.
So last time last time we played this, I brought up this story about the Osaka baseball team and Colonel Sanders. Do you recall this at all?
A little bit, vaguely.
Right. The Osaka baseball team, which is the Tigers, I think. It's some playoff season. They're doing well. They just won a game. And at Osaka, there's some bridge in Osaka where the people are doing a thing where they will call out the name of a player on the team, and someone in the crowd who looks like that person will jump off the bridge. There's just
Oh,
one.
Jesus, okay.
Well, I mean, it's a short bridge. They're like jumping into the water below. Everyone's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is like a fun. This is like a fun yeah.
Wait.
It's a fun celebratory thing. But they run into the problem. One of the members on the team at the time was this white American dude who'd been playing in the Japanese leagues for a while. And I was like, this is the middle of Osaka. And it's a bunch of base. There are no white people. But there's Kentucky Fried Chicken with a Colonel Sanders statue up the road. So they get the statue and they chuck that off the bridge.
Damn it.
And the Tigers, I believe, have not won a playoff since or something like that.
Oh my god.
And the joke is they've been cursed by Colonel Sanders for chucking his effigy off a bridge.
Amazing.
Do you want to know who that?
Dare they do that?
Do you want to know who that white guy was?
Who?
Randy Bass. Colonel Randy.
Oh, Randy. Oh my god.
There you go. It's all connected.
That's amazing.
all connected. Anyways, where were we? I couldn't tell how she decided what's cute or not, but, well, she seems to want it.
あれはゴミだろ
It's garbage, right?
使いりしたきゃしてもいいんだぜ
No one would care if you just took it home, right?
他の山の下敷きになってる
It's becoming the base of another pile.
簡単には掘り出せないし
I can't dig it out easily.
あそこ明かりがないからすぐ
There's no lampposts over there, so it'll get dark pretty soon.
Raina seemed quite down about finding a treasure and not being able to bring it back.
俺も手伝ってやるよ
I'll help you out
今日のうまかった弁当の
to
恩返
repay
しってことでさ
to repay you for that delicious picnic you prepared today.
Thank you.
Birds heading home to roost proclaimed that nightfall would soon be upon us.
ケイチくんが手伝ってくれる
Hey, Chigoon is going to help. I can take Colonel Randy home. Ooh, sorry, I can't not do that now.
Moe blob noise.
Ooh,
Raina
goo.
Raina staggered along as if intoxicated in her dreamy state of mind. I tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of her cheery state.
なあレナ
Hey, Raina.
あそこで昔なんかあったのか
Long ago, did something happen here?
ダムの工事をやってたんだって
Seems like they were building a dam here.
詳しく知らないけど
I don't know the details though.
例えばさ工事中になんかあったとか
Just wondered if you knew about, you know,
事故とか
an accident or something.
知らない
I don't know.
Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded more like a denial than an answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck. Raina quickly lightened her expression.
実はね
Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago.
Huh?
レナも転校生だったのか
You transferred here too?
俺はてっきり
I was sure that...
だからねそれ以前のこと
So,
をよく知らない
You see, I don't really know much from before that.
のごめんね
Sorry.
the most ominous star in fiction.
Yeah. Whoops.
Don't really know. Don't want to talk about it. That was the kind of feeling she gave me. Thinking about it, of course it would be like that. This wasn't the type of thing girls would enjoy talking about. It was quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of the arms. If it's just like Tomitake-san said, then I had a feeling only the Higurashi would know.
Dun dun dun.
Boop, boop, boop. Oh, good.
New tips unlocked. Mayabara Manor. And the damn site newspaper. The fuck?
Well, let's find out.
ケイちゃんってさすごいお
So,
金持ちってわけだよね
Kei-chan, you're not stinking rich?
なん
Why
だ
the fuck would I be stinking rich?
俺がいつ高級車で登校したよ
What is this all of a sudden? Did I come to school in a limo before?
月の小遣いはいくらもらってる
How much do you get for a monthly allowance?
1000円
Nothing.
About $10.
あら結構小市民
My,
的ですよ
the rather plebeian amount.
You're plebeian.
おかずも普通ですよ
His lunch made up of normal stuff. He isn't rich.
What are they talking about? To be asked out of nowhere how much I get and then told that's a plebeian amount.
sorry.
Raina seemed to pick up on my dubious expression and started giggling.
I was confused.
すっごく大きいでしょ。だから建築
Hey,
家から
Chan.
南沢中で前原屋敷って呼ばれて注目の的だったんだよ。
Hey, John, your house, you know, it's pretty big, yeah? So the architecture has people all around Hinamizawa calling it the Maibara Manor, and it sort of stands out.
My Bara Manor?
I'm rich, bitch.
だからどんなお金持ちなのかな。
Since the house is so big, everybody is gossiping, wondering exactly how rich you are.
I see. Now I get it.
I broke as shit, guys.
Well, the frame vid is huge. I see how it could cause some misunderstandings.
I broke, fuckers.
私の推理ではお家を建てるのに
From my deduction, I wager they spent too much money on building the house, and that is why they are now broke.
貧乏でかわいそうかわいそうです。
Being broke is how very, very unfortunate.
Rika-chan took pity on me as she patted my head. I go from being treated like a millionaire to a beggar.
ああ、ショックがの楽しい想像をぶち壊すようで悪いが。
Yeah, sorry
じゃあ
for
金持ちでも貧乏でもないぞ。
sorry for ruining your imagination, but we aren't millionaires or poor. We're the image of a normal, average household.
あれだけ大きな家は普通とは言わない
You can't call it normal with that huge house. The entry is all grand, and the gate is large enough for a large truck to get through. Truck could come and destroy your house.
Oh no!
Could.
普通じゃないって。
That is not normal at all.
They do
Yes, truck could is normal. Fuck you, Mion.
they do say the bigger your house, the more prosperous you are. The reason the house is so big is because Dad's studio is in it too. There are a bunch of different workshops, and a lot of his works are hung up in different places. All of them are huge too. See, I find it funny because, let me see, it's a little less noticeable in here, but like, that's a barn. That's
just a barn.
That's clearly a fucking barn.
It looks like a goddamn barn, yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely originally a barn. It's probably just the biggest building in wherever this photo was taken. All of them are huge too. For those reasons, the family actually only uses about a third of the house for day-to-day living. He planned it out so people in cars could come in to see the gallery he opens up in the house someday. By the way, the entrance Mion is talking about is the one for the studio. It is normally sealed off. The entrance the Maibara family actually uses is very plain and simple one. The interior is much different from how it looks on the outside.
ぜひ今度ケイちゃんの家を探検してみたいよな。
I'd really like a chance to explore Kei-chan's house. Claiming not to be rich, but having a home like that?
一体何が隠されているのか。
What could be hidden there? Dead bodies?
Nah.
いいものが隠されてるといい。
Maybe there's something hidden. Ooh, woo. That's the thing now with her. They probably have no money to purchase furniture, so it's filled with Spartan rooms.
絨毯のお部屋ならぜひゴロ
If
ゴロ
there,
してみたいで
if
す。
there are carpeted rooms, I would love to try rolling around on the floor. Rika's so innocent.
いいね、それいいね。レイナもゴロゴロ。
What? That'd be great! So great! I want to roll around too!
Seems like their imaginations were just piling on. Well, sometime in the near future, it wouldn't be too bad to invite them all to my house. Dad is a sucker for the ladies, so he might even let them look around his studio. The cry of the Higurashi crescendoed as the sky towered over everything. It was hot, but the air was clear. It smelled like the beginning of summer.
Alright, that's that one.
Alright. Oh, good!
I'm sorry.
Ooh,
Oh,
boy. A little lore drop for you, I guess. From the June XDX 1979 edition, because remember, this game takes place in 83. This is for the audience, not you. I know you know that.
Yeah.
The Shishibon City Okinomiya Police Station, June XDX, late at night. Suspects blank 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 were arrested on suspicion of murder and improper disposal of a corpse. So it's just a funny thing to be charged with. If they properly disposed of it, it'd be less of an issue. The main offender 4X have been added to wanted lists nationwide.
Yeah, I love that apparently murder charges. Cool. Yeah, that's normal. Improper disposal of a body. So where do you want me to? How do I properly dispose this dead body, guys, so I don't get charged by the cops for improper disposal of a dead body?
Well, first off, you have to be a mortician.
What if you know? What if you aren't one or no one?
Well, there's courses about it. I get. Why are you asking me these questions?
Jackson, if they'd gone 3 years without being caught, they would have gotten away with it. The statute of limitations in Japan is 3 years. He is correct.
I could go into hiding for 3 years. What a bunch of idiots. According to our sources, the six suspects were at the Hinamazawa Dam construction site workroom on the X-th at 9 p.m., where they were suspected to have assaulted and murdered the site overseer, XXXX, as a group, dismembering his body and hiding it. On the X day at 8 o'clock in the morning, a report was filed by the Shishibon City Hospital in which a male suspect alluded to having murdered Mr. X. When questioned at the police station, the individual confessed to the crime. Since a portion of the body was recovered at the location he gave, he was arrested that afternoon on suspicion of murder and mutilation of a corpse. The rest of the suspect...
Not an improper disposal of a body?
They're
Consistency, people.
They're related crimes, you know? The rest of the suspects were arrested the same day, but the main culprit is still at large. Police are currently on his trail.
Ah, so these ones are accomplices and the main murderer got away.
Presumably. The motive is purported to be a drunken verbal dispute during which he killed the victim in a fit of anger. However, as there are multiple inconsistencies with their testimonies, the investigation is ongoing. Charming!
Duh.
Woo. I wonder, you think back in the day people were aware of what this game was like? Like I'm very legitimately curious. Did people go into this like thinking it was just going to be like a cute girl visual novel? I'm curious to know.
I'm very curious too, honestly. Like cause God, hold on, when did this fucking come out? Hold on. This came out in. I'm looking it up real quick. Go, come on, internet, cooperate for 5 seconds. So, this looks like it originally... Okay, so in Japan, it originally released in 2002. That was when the releases started up.
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely early 2000s.
Alright.
So, yeah, I am curious to know, like, what the reception of this was like. Apparently, I mean, the fact that it got a manga adaptation, a light novel adaptation, and like anime series following the release, even apparently a live action movie too, a couple of them, like, and a TV drama. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
It's been adapted so much. I guess it had to have gotten really popular if it got so many different kinds of adaptations. It could also just be 7th expansion, just in Ryukyushi 07 just being like, let me get this thing out there so many ways till Sunday.
It's very possible.
Mm.
Alright,
Hard to say.
It is about 9:20 on the clock. Do we want to keep playing, or since we are at a nice good stopping point, do you want to stop for the night?
Whatever you'd like to do. I don't mind.
My instinct is let's pause here just because who knows how long the next bit's going to. And it would be shame to stop in the middle of something gripping.
That's fair.
Alright.
That is very fair.
Alrighty.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us, guys.
Indeed. See you next Tuesday where we'll play more of this.
Woohoo!
And as things get more and more ominous.
Mm-hmm.
Will the art get better? I don't know.
Not.
I don't know. I don't know how.
I'm curious to know what the original art looks like when we actually get to like the really dark, like murdery parts.
Yep.
I'm very curious.
We'll find out.
To see how that goes.
We will find out. So yeah, join us next Tuesday.
Yes, we have more streams coming up this week. Jackson should be back tomorrow with more Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valencia, and then Saturday and Sunday, Andrew and I are going to be streaming. I'll be streaming BioShock on Saturday, and then Andrew and I will be doing more Telltale Batman on Sunday. We might flip-flop those. We do not have a new episode of the podcast next week. The podcast is on a temporary breather because the next thing we're going to be putting out is next week, and it's the Viewer's Choice W Award nomination announcement. So be on the lookout for that.
Yep.
We're going to have some fun. Oh, this is going to be good. It's going to be good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining, guys.
Oh yeah. Y'all have a good night and a nice weekend, and we will see you next
Do
time.
you want to go and raid someone?
I don't know how to do that.
That's why I have shit up. So
Yeah,
I can do
go raid someone if you want to.
Yeah, so I have to do it first before you turn the stream off. So
Okay.
our options are Jonah Scott, Allegra Clark, Ryan McKeed, and Kyle Phillips.
Are they? Can you see what they're playing?
Yes. So Jonah is doing Valorant. Allegra Clark is playing Dragon Age Origins. Ryan McKeed is playing Fire Emblem Engage, and Kyle Phillips is playing Genshin Impact.
Dragon Age. Let's Allegra. Let's go with that.
Go with Allegra. All right. So let me get that started. Go say hi to Allegra. It's just gonna take about 10 seconds to pull that, and then once I ship it over, then we can stop the stream. So say good night. Thank you for joining us. Looks like we're good.
All right. Good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.